Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. Topic for today's quiz is UPSc CAPF Question Paper 2014 Paper 1. Question number 1. Which one among the following cannot be attributed to Shah Jahan's reign? Option A. Moti Masjid. Option B. Qila-i-Kuhna Masjid. Option C. Jamia Masjid. Option D. Rang Mahal. The correct answer is Option B. Qila-i-Kuhna Masjid. Qila-i-Kuhna Mosque is a mosque located inside the premises of Purana Qila in Delhi, the capital of India. After Sher Shah Suri defeated Humayun, he occupied Purana Qila. There, he built the mosque for his private use, which became a symbol of his royal aspiration. The mosque is believed to have been constructed circa 1541. Question number 2. The leader of which one of the following countries has recently executed his deputy who happened to be his own uncle? Option A. South Sudan. Option B. Syria. Option C. Myanmar. Option D. North Korea. The correct answer is Option D. North Korea. The once powerful uncle of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has been executed after being purged for acts of treachery, state media say. It was the biggest upheaval since Mr. Kim succeeded his father 2 years ago. State news agency KCNA said Mr. Chang had admitted at a military trial on Thursday to attempting to overthrow the state, and was executed immediately. Mr. Chang, who is thought to have mentored his nephew during the leadership transition from Kim Jong-il to his son Kim Jong-un in 2011, was a despicable human scum worse than a dog, said the agency. Question number 3. The Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister, (MEAC), in India has recommended phased dilution of government stake in public sector banks from Option A. 74% to 56%. Option B. 58% to 51%. Option C. 58% to 49%. Option D. 51% to 49%. The correct answer is Option B. 58% to 51%. Rediff date 11th of November 2013. Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council has recommended phased dilution of government stake in public sector banks from 58% to 51%, and introduction of on-tap licensing of new banks. Question number 4. The rate at which the consumer is willing to substitute one good for another without changing the level of satisfaction is known as Option A. Marginal rate of substitution. Option B. Marginal rate of technical substitution. Option C. Diminishing marginal utility. Option D. Equi-marginal utility. The correct answer is Option A. Marginal rate of substitution. The marginal rate of substitution, Mrs., may be defined as the rate at which the consumer is willing to substitute one commodity for another without changing the level of satisfaction. In other words, Mrs. can also be defined as the amount of a commodity that a consumer is willing to trade off for another commodity, as long as the second commodity provides the same level of utility as the first one. Question number 5. Which one among the following is not true of the Theosophical Society of Madame H. P. Blavatsky? Option A. It was founded outside India. Option B. It advocated the revival of ancient religions. 34 Assistant Commandant, CPF, exam solved paper. Option C. It recognized the doctrine of transmigration of soul. Option D. It was silent on the idea of universal brotherhood. The correct answer is Option D. It was silent on the idea of universal brotherhood. Helena Petrovna Blavatsky was a controversial Russian occultist, philosopher, and author who co-founded the Theosophical Society in 1875. She gained an international following as the leading theoretician of theosophy, the esoteric movement that the society promoted. Question number 6. Recently, a leading public sector bank of India has allowed withdrawal of up to 1,000 from any shop/trader with a point of sale. Pause. Terminal. Identify the bank from below. Option A. Bank of Maharashtra. Option B. Punjab National Bank. Option C. State Bank of India. Option D. Bank of Baroda. The correct answer is Option C. State Bank of India. State Bank of India has always held SMEs as an important segment considering the role being played by them in the Indian economy in terms of their contribution to manufacturing output, exports and employment generation. Question number 7. The issue whether a commitment made by a minister on the floor of the House has been fulfilled or not is decided by the Option A. Concerned departmentally related committee. Option B. Business Advisory Committee. Option C. Committee on Public Assurances. Option D. Political Affairs Committee of the Union Cabinet. The correct answer is Option C. Committee on Public Assurances. Shri A. Navnita Krishnan, Chairman, Committee on Government Assurances, Rajya Sabha presented the 72nd report of the committee to the Rajya Sabha on 31st of December 2018. The Committee on Government Assurances deals with the culling of assurances, the examination of the implementation of assurances, dropping of assurances, etc. given by the ministers while replying to questions raised by members during the proceedings of the Rajya Sabha. Question number 8. Which one among the following was not a provision of the Regulating Act of 1773? Option A. It introduced parliamentary supervision over the East India Company. Option B. The Government of Bengal was vested in a Governor-General and the Council of 4 members. Option C. It changed the power of vote in the Court of Proprietors by removing all restrictions on qualifications. Option D. The Governor-General was vested with a casting vote. The correct answer is Option C. It changed the power of vote in the Court of Proprietors by removing all restrictions on qualifications. Provisions of Regulating Act, 1773. The reasons behind passing the Regulating Act by the British government were, the corruption amongst the servants of the East India Company was increasing rapidly. All the servants and officers of the East India Company started making indirect profit-keeping dust in the eye of the British government. Question number 9. Recently Iran has clinched a deal with 6 world powers to curb nuclear activities. Which one among the following is not a party to it? Option A. USA. Option B. France. Option C. Russia. Option D. Japan. The correct answer is Option D. Japan. Iran agreed to a long-term deal on its nuclear program with a group of world powers known as the P5+1, the US, UK, France, China, Russia, and Germany. Question number 10. Which of the following statements related to money bills is not correct? Option A. It cannot be introduced in the Council of States. Option B. If any question arises whether the bill is money bill or not, the decision of the Speaker is final. Option C. In case of deadlock over a money bill, the President can summon a joint sitting of the Parliament. Option D. A money bill cannot be introduced except on the recommendation of the President. The correct answer is Option C. In case of deadlock over a money bill, the President can summon a joint sitting of the Parliament. Article 110(2) says a bill shall not be deemed to be a money bill by reason only that it provides for the imposition of fines or other pecuniary penalties, or for the demand or payment of fees for licenses or fees for services rendered, or by reason that it provides for the imposition, abolition, remission, alteration or regulation of any tax by any local authority or body for local purposes. Question number 11. Which one among the following explains the meaning of the safety valve theory in the context of Indian national movement? Option A. A theory that argued that the Congress was formed as a safe outlet to the discontented educated Indians. Option B. A theory that argued that the Congress was formed as a safe outlet to the hostile attitude of the British towards the Indian people. Option C. A theory which believed that the British and the ex-rebels of 1857 should amicably resolve their differences against each other. Option D. As idea aimed at promoting goodwill among the Indian people. The correct answer is Option A. A theory that argued that the Congress was formed as a safe outlet to the discontented educated Indians. Safety valve theory. It has been said that Hume's main purpose in encouraging the foundation of the Congress was to provide a safety valve or safe outlet to the growing discontent among the educated Indians. He wanted to prevent the union of discontented educated Indians with the discontented peasantry. Question number 12. The Deccan Riots Commission was concerned with Option A. Indebtedness of the peasant. Option B. Lack of law and order in the Deccan. Option C. Problems with the Rayatwadi system. Option D. Communal riots in the Deccan. The correct answer is Option A. Indebtedness of the peasant. The Deccan Riots Commission can, quite reasonably, be considered as of a piece with commissions generally appointed to investigate agrarian distress, the condition of the peasantry, and land tenures and reforms. The commissioners' attention was riveted less on the riots than on the agrarian conditions which had given rise to turbulence. Question number 13. Which of the following is not a characteristic of globalization? Option A. Fragility of national barriers for the flow of capital and goods. Option B. Rapid flow of information, capital and goods. Option C. Networking of cultural, economic and political relations. Option D. Global infrastructure of formal and informal institutional arrangements. The correct answer is Option D. Global infrastructure of formal and informal institutional arrangements. Globalization, or globalization, is the process of interaction and integration among people, companies, and governments worldwide. Globalization has accelerated since the 18th century due to advances in transportation and communication technology. This increase in global interactions has caused a growth in international trade and the exchange of ideas and culture. Globalization is primarily an economic process of interaction and integration that is associated with social and cultural aspects. However, conflicts and diplomacy are also large parts of the history of globalization and of modern globalization. Question number 14. William James, Henry Colebrook and Nathaniel Hillhead had which of the following common among them? Option A. They were critics of Indian culture and civilization. Option B. They were judges at the courts of the East India Company. Option C. They were professors teaching history and society of South Asia. Option D. They were linguists who tried to interpret the culture of South Asia to the East India Company. The correct answer is Option D. They were linguists who tried to interpret the culture of South Asia to the East India Company. Charles Wilkins and Nathaniel Hillhead, writers of the British East India Company in Bengal, were among the first to study Sanskrit. In 1783, William Jones came to India as a judge in the newly established Supreme Court of Bengal. As a judge in the Supreme Court, he was first interested in translating Manushmati, Laws of Manu, into English. He later translated Kalidasa's Abhignana Shakuntala and Ritu Samhara, and Jayadeva's Gita Govindaya into English. In the process of studying society, he started learning Indian languages with the help of Brahmin Pandits of Bengal. William Jones was instrumental in establishing the Asiatic Society in 1784 in Bengal under the patronage of the Governor-General Warren Hastings. Question number 15. Data presented in Interim Budget for 2014 to 2015 reveal that for the financial year 2013 to 2014, the revised estimates do not show a decline in Option A. Revenue deficit. Option B. Fiscal deficit. Option C. Effective revenue deficit. Option D. Primary deficit. The correct answer is Option C. Effective revenue deficit. The then Finance Minister Arun Jaitley presented the Union Budget for the 2014-15 financial year on July 10, 2014, 3 days after the Parliament began its budget session. Question number 16. The permanent settlement was rarely extended to other regions because Option A. Increases in agricultural prices after 1810 increased the value of the harvest, while the permanent settlement disallowed increases in the state's share. Option B. The economic theories of Ricardo influenced the policy makers. Option C. The state found it expedient to settle directly with the riot. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is Option D. All of the above. The permanent settlement was rarely extended to any region beyond Bengal. Since the revenue demand was fixed under the permanent settlement, the colonial state could not claim any share of this enhanced income. Keen on expanding its financial resources, the colonial government had to think of ways to maximize its land revenue. Question number 17. Who among the following is serving as the Chief Minister of his state for the 4th consecutive term? Option A. Manik Sarkar of Tripura. Option B. Tarun Gogoi of Assam. Option C. Neiphiu Rio of Nagaland. Option D. Okrame Bobi Singh of Manipur. The correct answer is Option A. Manik Sarkar of Tripura. The Chief Minister of Tripura, an Indian state, is the head of the government of Tripura. As per the Constitution of India, the Governor of Tripura is the state's de jure head, but de facto executive authority rests with the Chief Minister. Following elections to the Tripura Legislative Assembly, the Governor usually invites the party, or coalition, with a majority of seats to form the government. The Governor appoints the Chief Minister, whose Council of Ministers are collectively responsible to the Assembly. Given that he has the confidence of the Assembly, the Chief Minister's term is for 5 years and is subject to no term limits. Question number 18. India has made a polio vaccination certificate mandatory for Indian visa applicants from Option A. Bangladesh. Option B. China. Option C. Indonesia. Option D. Pakistan. The correct answer is Option D. Pakistan. Pakistani nationals planning to travel to India will be required to submit a certificate of vaccination for 1 dose of oral polio vaccination, OPV, received at least 4 weeks prior to departure to India along with their visa applications. The vaccination certificate will be returned to the applicant along with the visa and should be carried at the time of travel. Question number 19. The ex officio members of the National Human Rights Commission of India include Option A. Chairpersons of National Commission for Minorities, National for Scheduled Castes, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, National Commission for Women. Option B. Chairperson of National Commission for Minorities, National Commission for Scheduled Castes, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes only. Option C. Chairpersons of National Commission for Scheduled Castes, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, National Commission for Women only. Option D. Chairpersons of the National Commission for Minorities, National Commission for Scheduled Castes, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. The correct answer is Option A. Chairpersons of National Commission for Minorities, National for Scheduled Castes, National Commission for Scheduled Tribes, National Commission for Women. 4 ex officio members, chairpersons of the National Commission for Scheduled Castes and Scheduled Tribes, National Commission for Minorities, and National Commission for Women. Powers and functions: investigation, investigating complaints or failure of any public official regarding the violation of the rights, either motto or after receiving a petition. Question number 20. The January 2014 reference held in Egypt was on Option A. Accepting or rejecting a draft constitution. Option B. Choosing between democracy and Islamic rule. Option C. Choosing between direct and indirect election of the president. Option D. Choosing between two-party and multi-party democracy. The correct answer is Option A. Accepting or rejecting a draft constitution. A constitutional referendum was held in Egypt on 14 and the 15th of January 2014, and with Egyptians abroad voting between 8 and 12 January. The new constitution was approved by 98.1% of voters. Turnout was 38.6%. President Mohammad Morsi was removed from power during 2013 Egyptian. The timetable established by interim President Adli Mansour envisioned a rapid transition, which initially entailed amending the suspended 2012 constitution. The process of amending the 2012 constitution began with a committee of 10 legal experts. The draft amendments by the committee of 10 made many notable changes to the text of the 2012 constitution. The committee of 10 completed their work on the 20th of August 2013. The second phase of the process included amendments by a committee of 50. Those 50 people were announced on the 1st of September 2013. Amr Musa was chosen as the chairman of the committee of 50 on the 8th of September 2013. The draft constitution was given to President Mansour on the 3rd of December 2013. Question number 21. Which one among the following books is not written by Bharat Ratna Professor Karna Rao? Option A. Climbing the Limit Ladder, A Life in Chemistry. Option B. Nanocrystals, Synthesis, Properties, and Applications. Option C. Wings of Fire. Option D. Superconductivity Today. The correct answer is Option C. Wings of Fire. Wings of Fire is an autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam, former President of India. It was written by Dr. Kalam and Arun Tiwari. Question number 22. What was the name given to the Indian Air Force's first ever day-night full combat and fire demonstration conducted recently at the Pokhran range? Option Indra. Option B. Exercise Malabar. Option C. Yudh Abhyas. Option D. Iron Fist. The correct answer is Option D. Iron Fist. The Indian Air Force is the air arm of the Indian Armed Forces. Its complement of personnel and aircraft assets ranks fourth amongst the air forces of the world. Its primary mission is to secure Indian airspace and to conduct aerial warfare during armed conflict. It was officially established on the 8th of October 1932 as an auxiliary air force of the British Empire, which honored India's aviation service during World War II with the prefix Royal. After India gained independence from the United Kingdom in 1947, the name Royal Indian Air Force was kept and served in the name of Dominion of India. With the government's transition to a republic in 1950, the prefix Royal was removed. Question number 23. The Perform, Achieve and Trade (PAT) scheme in India is related to Option A. Education. Option B. Global warming. Option C. Energy efficiency. Option D. Bharat Nirman. The correct answer is Option C. Energy efficiency. Perform, Achieve and Trade (PAT) scheme is a flagship program of the Bureau of Energy Efficiency under the National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency (NME). NME is one of the 8 national missions under the National Action Plan on Climate Change (NERC), launched by the Government of India in the year 2008. Question number 24. Which one among the following was the reason behind the boycott of recent general elections in Bangladesh by the main opposition parties? Option A. Demand for preparation of a fresh electoral roll was not fulfilled. Option B. Demand for allowing international observers for the poll was not fulfilled. Option C. Demand for holding the elections under a neutral government was not fulfilled. Option D. Demand for stopping the prosecution of those involved in 1971 war crimes was not fulfilled. The correct answer is Option C. Demand for holding the elections under a neutral government was not fulfilled. The partition of India of 1947 was the division of British India into two independent dominion states, India and Pakistan. The Dominion of India is today the Republic of India, the Dominion of Pakistan is today the Islamic Republic of Pakistan and the People's Republic of Bangladesh. The partition involved the division of two provinces, Bengal and Punjab, based on district-wise non-Muslim or Muslim majorities. The partition also saw the division of the British Indian Army, the Royal Indian Navy, the Indian Civil Service, the railways, and the Central Treasury. The partition was outlined in the Indian Independence Act 1947 and resulted in the dissolution of the British Raj or Crown rule in India. The two self-governing countries of India and Pakistan legally came into existence at midnight on the 15th of August 1947. Question number 25. In December 2013, Text 2013, Trilateral Tabletop Maritime Security Exercises was conducted between Option A, India, Maldives, and Bangladesh. Option B, India, Sri Lanka, and China. Option C, India, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. Option D, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. The correct answer is Option C, India, Sri Lanka, and Maldives. December 19th, Trincomalee, officers of Sri Lanka Coast Guard along with Coast Guard officers of India and Maldives took part in the Trilateral Tabletop Exercise, TTEX, 2013 commenced Wednesday in the eastern port city of Trincomalee. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now, link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.